Hey everybody, it's Mama M, and I apologize. I've been away for about 2 weeks now. Had a lot of weird stuff going on, unexpected family issues, all good stuff, so don't worry. Also not pregnant, so don't get excited, Mom. Just a lot of stuff going on lately that has caused me to be away from my weekly video logs, so I am sorry that I've been missing for a little bit. Also want to take a second and give a shout out to all the people that I met at Reno Earth Day on Sunday, April 21st. It was awesome talking to everybody and sharing stories and learning about other folks in the area who may either be pagan or Wiccan or just interested. Great sales. Could not believe how well everything did. So thank you, and it was so great to meet you, and I hope that you guys stay connected with me through the video vlog, I guess they're called. See, I'm not even techie savvy or anything. And the Facebook page and everything else. So this week I'm going to talk to you about a little bit about astral travel. I know I promised to make a video about that and I didn't get to it yet, so we're going to talk about that. Also going to talk about the difference between a spiritual visit dream and a memory dream about a person who has passed. And I also will give you a couple of questions and answers that have been submitted from you guys the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to eventually get to all of the questions that are sitting on my desk, but a few of them this week. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So the basic breakdown of the term astral travel is like an out-of-body experience. Some people describe very vivid dreams where they know that they were disconnected from their body, but their spirit seemed to be kind of roaming around and checking things out or interacting with other spirits. Some people will have like a near-death experience, say, I saw my body laying on the table, I saw them trying to revive me, all kind of the same thing. Now, there is a large group of people that are under the impression that astral travel is something that can be mastered and you can actually do this at any time, and it doesn't have to be, triggered by a dream state or a near-death experience. That you should be able to just travel in your mind, have your spirit or your soul leave your body at any point, and there seems to be some kind of weird demand lately where people want to be taught how to do that. It's really just one of those scientific plus theological gray areas. I don't really stand on one side or the other as to whether or not it can be mastered and done at will. I do believe in the out-of-body experience, in the astral travel. I used to be able to do it all the time and during sleep and talk to a friend of mine, and we would have conversations, and we would actually remember them in the morning when we woke up. We were both purposefully meeting up in like a dream state, astrally traveling and having like coffee together or something. So as far as can you make it happen, yes and no, which kind of ties into the whole dream visit versus dream memory about deceased loved ones. So let me just jump into that and then I'll tie them back together. I am a firm believer in the fact that if you dream of someone who has passed, and in your dream you actually know that that person is dead, that is a visit. If you dream about someone who has passed and in your dream you don't remember that they have passed, that is a memory or a creation from the subconscious, because you might have been thinking about that person earlier or just missing them, and so it causes you to dream about them. In a dream visit, you know that the person you're speaking with or interacting with has passed and cannot possibly really be there. You're aware of it in the dream. So you're having an actual visit with that soul, that spirit, that loved one that you've lost. In doing so, you technically have astrally traveled to be with that person, or they have come to see you. So that's where the gray area lies. I give suggestions to people all the time who want to have some kind of interaction with their lost loved ones that the easiest way to be able to connect the dots, so to speak, is to, when you're laying in bed that night, start thinking about, a place or a store or something that reminds you of that person, and have that in your mind and just think about I really would like to meet up with so-and-so. I would really love to just sit and have a cup of tea or, have a beer and sit in a bar and talk. And you kind of prepare your mind for that. Now, when you start to dream, if that person comes to you and you know that they're dead, then that's a visit. So you actually accomplish the task of the astral travel. If you have a friend or a family member that you're super, super close with, you could actually practice and see what happens. Talk about we're going to meet up at the park and we're going to feed the ducks together, and let's try to see if either one of us can remember the conversation the next day. So then you would both do that actively. I want to astrally travel to see Susie. We're going to feed the ducks at the park. That kind of thing. The next morning, talk to each other and see if you had the same dream. As far as some of the really odd schools of thought on astrally traveling, like out of this universe and into another universe and things like that, I don't know. That's just not my thing, so I would go with don't. So back to the topic of the dream visits versus the dream memories or subconsciously created actual dreams. A lot of people will tell me, I dreamt about my grandma, and I know that we were sitting and talking, and I know that it was a visit. I just know it was, but I can't remember what we talked about. Now, here's another theory that I have. When I speak to someone who has passed in a dream state, an astral travel dream, so to speak, I'm having my visit with them while I'm asleep. If I can't remember the conversation the next day, it's because they told me something I'm not allowed to know. There are great mysteries to life and death, and even as a medium, I can speak to the dead on a regular basis, which is great and not great, but they can't tell me everything. I can't tell you when you die you go here, or death is painless, or God is Christian or Mormon or pagan or whatever. There's one God or there's several gods or whatever. Like, they can't tell me that. I can't know that. So if they do slip up, or if we do manage to have a conversation about one of these big no-no topics, then I don't remember it. I think I've talked about this in a previous video, but I'm just going to throw it out there again in case anybody's actually looking for it. There was a book that was read to my first grade class, which was a really, really long time ago, and I don't remember the name of it, and I will try to find out what it's actually called and put a link to like Amazon to buy it if you're interested. But the book was about babies being born, reincarnation. So the soul would go into the body of the baby right before it was born, and the angels would press their fingers to the baby's lips to keep them quiet and keep the secrets of the afterlife in the afterlife, so that people would be born and not remember previous lives or remember the details of the stuff we're not allowed to know while we're living. And in the book, that was the reason why we all have the dent in our upper lip. That's where the angel put her finger to shush you so that you could not tell the secrets. And of course, that's, like a fairy tale, but it just really ties into all of this. So you cannot know the secrets to the afterlife. I cannot know the secrets to the afterlife. So if you have a visit or something that feels like a visit and you can't remember the details of the conversation, you probably had a visit with a chatty Cathy who told you things that they weren't allowed to tell you. So don't be discouraged if that's how your visits went. It doesn't mean that it is any less valuable. You still got the visit, you still got the time to spend with that person, but you just didn't get to remember the details because you guys were talking about the no-no subjects. So over the past 2 weeks while I've been away from my video channel here, I've gotten a lot of questions that all kind of tie into the same subject, which is how do we include kids in rituals or expose them to the pagan faith? How do you include your children? And I've kind of talked about that before too. My kids are 4 and 2, so Hope, my 4-year-old, is really into whatever I'm doing. So if she feels the urge to come up and talk to me about it, or ask questions or participate, then as long as it's safe for her to do so, I let her. And I try to explain to her as best I can in kid terms, without dumbing it down, because kids don't have to have things dumbed down. They really get it. I'm trying to explain to her in words that she actually understands what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. And I do let her participate, like I said, as long as it's safe. Raylan is 2, and he just really doesn't care what I'm doing right now. So, people ask, what is the best age to start introducing your kids to what you're doing? When the kids start asking questions, when they want to be involved, they'll let you know that they're interested. I don't encourage anyone to try and push their beliefs on their children. Expose them to everything. If you are pagan and your partner or spouse is Christian, expose them to it all. Let them go to church. Let them learn about the Christian faith. At home, teach them about your faith. Let them make the decision, because you've been a kid, and the easiest thing to do when you're a kid is rebel against what your parents want. So if your parents are shoving religion down your throat, you're going to want to rebel against that. If your parents are shoving, don't drink when you're 16 down your throat, you're going to want to go have a beer behind the liquor store or something, because your parents said don't. So it's all part of being a kid, no matter how great the relationship is between the parent and the child. If the parent gives the child something to rebel against, that's what they're going to do. So don't force it. Let them experience everything, educate them, explain to them that there is no right or wrong way, that this is what you do, and this is what their dad does, or their mom does, or their stepmom, or whatever, and let them make their own choice. I think that's really the best thing that you can do without forcing them into some kind of crazy exile. So I will leave you with that this week, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm getting a little rusty because I was gone for 2 weeks, and I will really try to stay on top of it and get back to the once-a-week videos. I have lots of questions left to answer, but if you have a question, please feel free to submit it using one of the links below the YouTube video here. Stay in touch through my Facebook page. We just hit almost 600 likes in a week, which was crazy. At 500, I started giving stuff away every day as, just giveaways, products, and $1 off coupons, $5 off coupons for the web store, and before I knew it, we had jumped to almost 600. So I guess I'm going to keep the giveaways going for a little while, and once the everyday giveaways stop, we still do it every Friday. So make sure you get in on that. They're always really easy to enter. It's not a gimmick. I actually do give away something every Friday, sometimes 2 or 3 things. Today it's 10 things, so if you see this video today and you haven't entered, it is Friday, April 26, 2013. So if it's still today, go enter the contest before 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you are in the Carson City, Minden, Gardnerville, or even Reno area, all this weekend, the 27th and 28th, I will be at the Carson Valley Inn doing the chili cook-off and craft fair. I have a booth right near the stage, so come by and say hi. And tell me that you watch my videos, and I'll give you a percentage off of your total purchase. Lots of stuff to give away out there, too, so make sure you come by and say hi. And I will see you all next week. Promise, 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 I will be back to once a week. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you soon. Bye.